just like I'm just saying for like the sake of argument's sake, like we were talking about stuff before, and then you were talking about stuff, and then I was like trying to figure out other shit. Being
Well,
super
I
cryptic
asked you
right
some
now.
like really strange question, and you were like, "No, I don't know what that means, Karissa." And I was like, "Well, come on, like just try
That's
to
super weird.
understand me."
No, I forgot. What question
I
was
know
that?
we both completely forgot everything that we were thinking about. I believe that's a welcome to American Groove, everyone.
Jesus Christ! Back the fuck up for a second. Wait. You were gonna ask me when the fuck were you gonna ask me a question?
I don't know. Anyways, this weekend I walked.
Oh! I remember this. You were asking me about Springtime with Hitler from
I
the
asked you about that a
producers.
little bit later. I was like, "Have you seen the producers?" But no, I was having some like weird in-depth thought, and you were like, "No, I have absolutely no idea what you mean."
Did you
And
send me a text message?
did I send you a text message? What did I say?
No, I said. Oh my god! I'm trying to fucking figure out what it was because
It's
now
okay.
I'm
We should just
confused.
find a new topic, right? You asked me how I was doing. I said that I feel like I'm just constantly at work, like all the time. I just work 6 days in a row, and I'm
Nice.
doing like a 48-hour trip where I
Nice.
go and I just work for, as many hours as I'm supposed to in 1 week, but it's only just part of the week.
Doesn't it suck to be an adult? You just have to like work and work.
It's just
And
a
work.
lot. Like, I'm like, this is kind of a lot of time. But I've got my best friend Dave.
Smoking some weed
Yeah.
on television.
I watched the SAG Awards, with it's like SAG-AFTRA, famous actors, whatever, getting awards. And there was this part
And their dick
where
sucked? Yeah.
the nanny, Fran, came out and was like talking she like gave like a speech for like a moment, and like I didn't understand any of that psycho shit. She talked for like a good like 10 minutes and said like the weirdest psycho shit I have ever heard. Like, I was like, are we on Earth? Like,
What do you mean
it,
psycho shit? Can you elaborate a little bit more? Because like
I
I know what you
can't,
mean.
because I can't even interpret it enough. And I'm pretty able to like understand weird shit that people say.
What did she say that was so weird?
Dude, it was so out there. Like, I can't even. I mean,
Did she talk about aliens? Did she talk about her like plant-like vagina? Did she talk about like who she's been stooping for the past 4 years? I'm like, no, I'm not trying to like get out any details from you specifically. It's just like there is this thing where there's a lot of older celebrities that are alive today, and there's a lot of new celebrities that are alive today as well. But the thing about like new and old is they don't really share hand in hand a lot of the times. Like there is a lot of the old that is kind of creepy and weird. You know what I mean? Especially when you deal with sitcom actors. Oh man, it gets very weird. Yes.
I don't know. Like, it's like, okay, so she says, like, we made it through the longest strike, like, blah, blah, blah. But the speech was like 4 minutes long, okay? I'm not able to just like play it like in the middle of our thing, right?
No,
Because
no, no, we
we're not
can't.
allowed to do it, huh?
No, we can't. But I can definitely put in the clip if you want me to. In
I know, but I want
between.
to look at what it is like that she said word for word. I should have watched it like right before we recorded, but
No,
like
it's okay.
I'm just telling you, it was freaking strange. Like, it was almost like she was talking about communication with the aliens, but she wasn't.
Faces look ugly.
Like, it was just like, what type of drugs are you on? Like, I was like, what am I listening to? Like, it was just really, really strange. And
I mean, was it as strange as when Madonna went out for her recent concert and was shaking her booty, and you could clearly see that she's wearing an adult diaper. clearly see that this woman is wearing some form of an
Hey,
adult diaper.
my podcast will not rip on Madonna.
I'm not ripping
but-
on Madonna. It's just like I'm one of those people that I love Madonna, but she hasn't fucking accepted the fact that she's in her 60s. Like, Cher has accepted the fact of how old she is. Madonna has not accepted it. Like, Dolly Parton has clearly accepted how old she is. But, like, she hasn't accepted that. So, in essence, like, there's going to be weird shit going on with these people. I mean, there has to be. Like, you're dealing with the people that are, like, in Hollywood. Like, they're the ones that are, like, like Oprah and fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like, these are...
I don't see any. I'm okay. So I see Madonna. I see a video of Madonna, and it says that she had a diaper on when she was on stage. But like, to me, it looks like one of those like booty bump like things that people wear under their pants to make their butt look bigger. Do you know?
That's even worse.
You know?
That's even worse.
People do that, and it's not just Madonna. Like, people wear these like underwear that have padding in them that create like a rounded butt. Like, I've seen like basic people do that. Like,
Basic.
Yeah, just like your regular like coworker, like with it.
I don't need any butt padding. My butt has enough padding already in there naturally.
I feel like Tay Swift could benefit from.
Oh yeah.
I don't need to talk shit because
Yeah, she comes
like
after
it.
you these days. Like, you got to be careful with Swifties. They are nasty motherfuckers.
I like Swifties, but you know, I mean, don't you think?
Be careful which side you choose to be on, because
I'm not choosing a side. I'm just saying that I don't mind Taylor Swift, and I think I like people who are passionate about music. So I personally, right off the bat, don't have an initial problem with Swifties in general. It doesn't mean I like all Swifties. You know what I mean? Because I know that I don't, because I don't like all people. So like, you know, I mean, some people who like Taylor Swift are probably some real assholes too. You know, like some real just like mindless assholes.
Just like Grateful Dead fans, Swiftie fans can get pretty insane.
I think that'd be fun. I don't know. We were looking at like all the names of Taylor Swift songs, and it was like pretty.
All of her ex-boyfriends.
Just like basic names, like I'm moving on. You know, Karma. Yeah, just like
it's
really.
Not always about the name of the song, though, honey.
But they were really, really cliche, like girl song names. Like it was really funny to me. It was like you could come up with a Taylor Swift song just by saying something kind of like, you know, like Heartbreak.
Or like Lover's Passion.
Yeah, one of them was like Lover. And like it was like, oh, okay, like this is really cliche. So I don't know. I mean, I think that she definitely has a place. I never expected her to take off as much as she did, but I just feel like that girl probably has like no life of her own, which I can right now I feel kind of like my life has been kind of taken up by work. So I imagine
the thing that like kind of drives me a little bit crazy, and this is just me coming from my side of things, is when you're in a relationship with somebody, and a lot of the times in Taylor Swift's case is where a breakup turns into a song. You know, is that talent? 100%. I mean, that is talent there. However, it's kind of fucking sad if you think about it. It really is. It's really fucking sad.
You made it sound bad the first time when you were just like, so is that talent? Like, it's just like, oh, like, ooh, yeah, you're really good at making something sound like pretty shabby.
I'm not trying to make it sound shabby. Like, I love Taylor Swift's. Their songs of Taylor Swift are fucking love. It's just like, look at the bigger picture here. That's what I'm saying. Look at the fucking bigger picture.
The music makes me want to move. I appreciate that. I think I appreciate that she doesn't go like too far off the beaten path of Taylor path. Like she kind of just like always does same Taylor stuff.
Or Swiftism, yes.
Yeah, so it's not like one day you're gonna get like a whole bunch of stuff with like Indian influence, like Madonna, and then it's gonna be like all this other like weird shit that Taylor never worked on before, but now she does, and she's trying something new. Like it doesn't really happen very much, at least at this point in her career. Like we haven't seen Taylor like go off the deep end. You know, usually you think about like Britney Spears, different ones of them. They kind of like do this like, you know, Lindsay Lohan kind of thing, but there's no like Taylor went crazy thing. She's just very
As
consistent
far
and
as we
steady.
know, that's the thing though, because she's
Yeah,
been
I
able
don't
to
really
really
know. But I'm saying
because
in the public eye, there hasn't been.
no, and like the thing is that there are a lot of the times these artists and musicians that like get into the spotlight and they're just massive shit shows. Like Lindsay Lohan, for example. You know, you could take like Lindsay Lohan compared to Paris Hilton, right? Like Paris Hilton today, she's a fucking bombshell. Like she is successful, she's married, she's got herself a life, she's very well put together. Like, but you're dealing with somebody that's career started about almost 20 years ago, even more, like almost about 27 years ago. And she's been able to build from there, you know what I mean? Like Taylor Swift, like her career expanded like after 2009. Like after 2009, like Taylor Swift owned the fucking 2010s.
Yeah.
Like that was her decade. And you know,
It's
like
interesting because like for her being like a vocal artist, like yeah, she plays, she sings, but like she's not like a singer in like the way that like Celine Dion sings. You know what I mean? Like she's not like an Adele kind of singer.
yeah,
Like
oh Adele
she's
is
a Taylor Swift singer. So I think it's very interesting. I mean, people kind of said the same thing about Britney, where it's like almost, I don't know, like I want to, it's just different. Like they're not like Christina Aguilera, she had pipes, you know? She could
it's
sing.
I kind of get what you're saying. Like
I'm
basically
doing a
Taylor
bad
Swift
job,
built
but
she built off of other things. Like
she's entertaining.
mhm,
Yeah.
her ability to play different instruments, you know, also played a very big role. Her way of writing lyrics, and again, that very sad point where she takes breakups and creates these really powerful songs out of them. She does like that. That's like her signature thing to do.
I'd probably do the same thing.
But
It's
here's
just
the
very teenager-y.
that's the thing though, because it's like a bonding thing, right? Because you mentioned teenagers. A lot of dads will like go with their teenagers to like the Taylor Swift concert, right? You know,
I mean, I guess you can't send your teenager to the concert alone. Like, I think I always had like a big sister, so like
hmm
if my dad didn't want to go, like we'd go together or something like that, you know, or at least like go. I mean, but yeah, some dads, you know,
they love
it's
going
funny
with
to
their daughters. Yeah,
the
it's like
dads want to go to the Taylor Swift
yeah,
concert. I never thought about it. I don't know. There's a part of me that does like it when guys like do like girly stuff, but at the same time, like I'm just like, oh god, like you know, you really like the girly stuff, huh? Do you? Like, I
Are
don't know.
you a
Like I'm just like,
little
wow,
gay, huh?
okay,
You
like,
know, kind of peeping out of the
but
closet
they're
just a bit.
dads, you know, so it's like they're like married to a woman. I'm like,
Are they
you,
married to a
I
woman
hope you
now? Are
please your
they?
wife, like. None of my business, right?
No, no, for sure not. Of course not. It's none of our business. None of my business. None of anybody's
Yeah.
business. You know.
I don't know. There's like a couple different musical artists coming to Des Moines that people were like excited about. T-Pain is coming. I was like, I think I'm good. I was like, I'm not that desperate for entertainment.
hmm
There's a band called the Mars Volta, which is a really
Mars Volta.
Mars Volta.
Mars
They're
Volta.
very interesting guitarist, kind of like
Russian,
screamy singer.
Jordanian,
I think
European.
it's Spanish, from what I understand. I don't know if they're Mexican or what country they're from. I don't know, but They do speak Spanish on some of the records. And there's like a little bit of like a Southwest kind of vibe, like with the instrumental
Like
music.
caballeros. Like,
Yeah, but
yeah.
more like moody and like heavy.
Oh, I see. Like a little jazzy, a little bluesy in there too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So
You have to.
I want to see that. Yeah.
You
The
have to
weather's
like
been
get.
just gorgeous here, dude.
What do you mean gorgeous?
Not ugly.
I understand that, but as far as you see, I have a very
That's
hard time.
honestly all it takes for the weather to be gorgeous is just for the weather to not be physically painful. It's like
Cloudy
wow.
and gray.
Dude, it was so cold out here that it was like it physically hurts. It was so cold. It was awful.
Really? Like it was that. Like it was a painful cold.
It was a painful cold. Yeah.
Painful cold is never fun. No, no, no.
Yeah, so it's not like that anymore. It looks like summer out there. It's like super weird.
You know, kind of like veering off into this. Like, can you imagine like you're dating somebody, right? And you go to a Taylor Swift concert, whether you be gay or straight.
Whether you be gay or straight.
Gay or straight. Going to like a Taylor Swift concert is like a big thing. You know, like it's been like very difficult to get tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, did it finish or she still?
I don't know,
Let me
man.
double check.
Did you see that cat t-shirt that I sent you a text message of?
Meowdy.
Meowdy? Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
I picked out a bunch of t-shirts for you last night, and I was wondering if you liked that one. Well, there's this t-shirt company in Des Moines, and they make all these like funny t-shirts, and so I was looking for one that David could wear. But they also made a whole bunch of Taylor Swift t-shirts, which is why like I think I had Taylor Swift on my mind, you know, like kind of made me think about Taylor even more. But yeah, they made all these Taylor Swift t-shirts. They're like some smart ass t-shirt company called Ray Gun. Yeah, I threw out their name on the podcast. I don't know how I feel about them. Like I feel like I like half of what they make. Some of it is just like, oh please, like you know.
It doesn't
You
seem
know?
like it's over.
The tour.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be over. It still seems to be going on. Like she's going hard. This might be like a 36-month tour.
You know, some people really don't like Taylor Swift.
I'm not a huge fan of Taylor Swift, and
They go
neither
out of
is
their
my
way to say
boyfriend.
like, no, I don't like her. Like people will go out of their way to say like, no, no.
No, but I'm one of those people that even though I don't like Taylor Swift, it doesn't mean that I don't. And like the only reason why we've been talking about this is because what do you think our feeds are fucking full of? Is this is what's going on with Taylor Swift? Like this is what's happened recently with this dad. You know, I'm like, oh my god, would you shut the fuck up? Like I hear you. Like I'm very excited for everybody, but this is my way of getting this
Yeah, just like getting
cute
out all the
aggression
crap
out. Yes, cute aggression.
that's forced on us about Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, those bangs. You know, she's tiny little eyeballs. That's what I think no one ever says it, you know, and so I'm glad that I remembered to say it. But like that's what it is like you look at her face like, yes, she's pretty, but her eyeballs are so little. Like,
Oh my
I don't know, like
god.
that's to
That's
me
so
they're
that's amazing.
it's okay, you know? Like it's okay. I mean, I just wonder like if she wasn't like a twig, what would she look like? You know, like if she just was kind of like filled out a little. I don't know. There was this picture of her at the grocery store. I think I sent it to you like forever ago. I loved it. It was during the summer. And it's like Taylor Swift at a Whole Foods. And I imagine I've talked about this on the podcast before, but it's like a paparazzi took a picture of her, or it's like totally planned. And this was like an ad, and they paid her to go into the Whole Foods for a minute and take a photo or whatever. But like, she's in the Whole Foods and she's like staring at the produce wall, and I feel like on the inside she's like, wow, that's what vegetables look like before people cook them for me. Like, but that's what it looked like. She's just like, carrots. Like, she's really just like staring at the produce. Like, what do I do with this?
It kind of
Like,
reminds you that time where Mariah Carey didn't understand what bills were.
wait, Mariah Carey didn't understand what bills were?
Yeah, like she thought like electricity and energy was free.
Because she had like it on like a auto payment that she wasn't in charge of.
Or something like her management was taking care of it. Like,
so did she just get famous before she ever grew up enough to have that type of responsibility?
I think so, yeah.
I could see Britney Spears, like, because she was famous since before she needed to pay bills of her own for like utilities and stuff. She might not like know
Paris
a lot.
Hilton is like the complete opposite. And it's kind of funny because like you run into the same problem with like Pink, because Paris Hilton like shows off like this sexy, like almost like blonde bombshell. But if you actually like listen to interviews with her now, you're like, holy shit, like this is a really developed person. It's had like a
She's
career.
always been that way. Paris Hilton has been really smart for a long time. I think that what she put on like a show that is Paris Hilton for a long time in order to like build that, and that's just her persona. I gained a lot of respect for Paris Hilton in a lot of different ways, but there's that movie that I like called The Bling Ring, about those high schoolers that like stole a bunch of stuff out of famous rich people's houses. And they robbed Paris Hilton and they took like everything. And I think like people just, they kind of thought like their gates and their regular security was like good enough, but it wasn't for like stupid teenagers who just are fearless. And so they stole Paris Hilton's like family jewelry, like the Hilton jewels that had been passed down over generations. And even though like I think that stuff like that is really materialistic, when I watched them like interview her about losing those jewels and I saw like the devastation in her face and how sad it made her, like it really wasn't about the materialistic like part of the necklaces and the jewelry. It was like it really hurt her because it was in her house and it was like kind of her responsibility for the family to like, you know, like someone gave that to her and it's been passed down for generations, and it's from like a Hilton life that isn't like the Hilton life now. Like the Hiltons weren't, you know, Hollywood people. Like they've kind of transferred into and they have modernized and stuff like that. But that Hilton jewelry is like generations back.
This is not a real story though.
No, it is. It's true. Yeah, she was robbed and the Hilton jewelry was stolen out of like
oh my
her
god,
home.
This is an actual real story. I've never heard this story before.
Yeah, the Hilton family jewels were robbed out of Paris Hilton's home by those teenagers, and they were sold out into the world, and they were never able to be found again. And so she was really sad. I mean, it's like somebody took your grandmother's stuff, you know. And it's not just your grandmother's stuff. It's like your great grandmother and the one before that and the one before that, and somebody trusted you with it. Now everybody's looking at you like, and I think a lot of that was the beginning of social media. All those kids were caught because of social media. I mean, they seriously took social media of themselves in Paris Hilton's home while she was gone on the weekend that things were missing from her home. They broke into her home multiple times. It created a lot of stress and anxiety and fear for Paris Hilton. She no longer felt like her private space was actually private. Like it freaked her out to know that people had like been in there and stuff like that. Like I don't know, to me, like a lot of times I would be like, "Oh, boo-hoo, rich asshole," but like with her I can't. Like I just don't feel that way about it. Those teenagers were dumb and mean. You shouldn't be taking people's family stuff. It's fucked up.
Yeah, and the thing in the end of the day is we've talked about this before. Somebody that's famous or possibly is a celebrity, that's all it is. They're famous and they're a celebrity. But when they have their own home or they have their own property, by you crossing their property, regardless of who you are, you're trespassing. And even though they're famous, doesn't matter. You're trespassing and you're stealing. They have so much money. Did you ask them for it? No. You're stealing and you're trespassing, which are both things that are illegal and both things that you shouldn't be doing regardless. Like, I, sorry.
I do think that a lot of those famous people have to worry about like their physical safety, like in such a different way. Did I tell you that my scary ass high school boyfriend delivered a Jimmy John's sandwich to my work for my coworker
When was this?
last Monday? Not yesterday, but the Monday before. I was at work and I was busy, and someone walked through the door to deliver, like, DoorDash. Do you guys have Jimmy John's?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So, Jimmy John's isn't DoorDash. They have their own little drivers. So I turn around and I go, "How can I help you?" And I look at his face and it's my freaking ex-boyfriend. And I was like, and I just like turned around and walked away, and I hoped that he didn't recognize me, but it was just like terrifying.
Wait,
Like,
wait. Okay, I'm stoned at the moment. I gotta stop smoking this thing. Okay, so you're at work.
Yeah.
This driver comes.
Someone I haven't seen in 12 years.
Someone you haven't seen in 12 years. Okay, walks into the bridal store.
Yeah.
And how did he know that you worked there?
He didn't know that I worked there. He's dropping off a sandwich for my coworker. He doesn't know that I work there.
He's a driver for Jimmy John's.
Mm-hmm.
So now he knows where you work.
I don't know that he noticed that it was me, because he doesn't know
to you
that
directly?
I never responded. Like, I turned around. I don't think he knew it was me, because I think he would have tried to bother me or something, or said something. I just turned around and walked away to the back room really fast, trying to make sure that he didn't know it was me,
That's bananas.
It was way too small world. Just absolutely creepy. What are you doing here? No. Yeah, really, really,
So
really,
I'm
really
assuming
creepy.
that you and him didn't end things off very well.
No, not at all. He's psycho. He's so crazy.
Cray cray, real cray cray.
Oh my God, break all your shit, leave you 12 voicemails in a row, get a DUI, threaten to murder yourself, bad.
What did Brett have to say about this?
Oh, Brett he right away was like, "How do you feel?" Which I thought was really nice. Right away, he's just like, "How are you?" And I was like, "Well, my heart is kind of pounding." It kind of freaked me out a little bit because I didn't want him to know exactly where I work. Then I realized how close he is to me, and it kind of freaked me out. But I don't know. I just kind of wondered. I'm over it now. It's been a week, and everything's been fine. But I feel like at first I was like, why on earth would that happen? It just seems so significant. and strange and ironic that it's like it just doesn't seem like happenstance. Like it's almost like too, I don't know, is the world really that small that your ex-boyfriend delivers a sandwich to the place you work at?
Those, it's funny. Those things can happen. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really strange because lucky for me, like down here in South Florida, I'm not from here. So I never have to like worry in that situation, like go to Joey and be like, "Hey, Joey, hey, just letting you know, I ran into my ex like just randomly in a Walmart. What the fuck?" And Joey's really cute. Like the thing about him, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go. Like, where the fuck is this stuff?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's okay, it's okay. It's like it's okay." But I don't know. I actually am now like curious of like, what if I ever ran into that situation? That feels fucking freaky.
It felt really invasive because like
Invasive
I
species?
I really do feel like my workplace, like I
Mhm.
feel this is awful, but I feel like, and I think it's fine. I mean, it's good. I'm loyal to my workplace, but like I
For
feel
sure.
kind
Loyal to
of
the
like
dog, yes.
I feel kind of like, this is my space. Like what are you doing in here?
For a
You
few
know?
hours. Mhm.
But I felt very like, "What are you doing in my home?" Like, like it just felt like, "Get out of here." And it's like, "Well, he's delivering a sandwich," you know?
Leave me alone. I'm happy.
I'm happy. Leave me alone. It was kinda like,
Alone.
"Don't you dare come in and mess up my, like, happy little work life," you know? But I feel like I've been blabbing so much, David, and, like, I like it when David takes over the podcast a little bit more.
Well, I can if you want me to.
Dave, how's the car been?
Car's been okay. I've been figuring out miles per the road.
Mm.
Because usually
But
when you're getting fuel, it's kind of interesting because paying for fuel down here is not that expensive. But
sounds nice.
yeah, but like for my car, it's like somewhere in the neighborhood of like $160 a month.
Wow. Mm.
So, but it's nice, A lot of times it's just like I just put my convertible top down.
I didn't tell you that I found a lady who can walk Louie. Did I tell you that?
You found a lady that can walk Louis.
So, when I first moved here, I used to walk Louie like all the time. And like I would just walk around the neighborhood with Louie, and we ran into a woman who has a pug, and her pug's name is Olive, and it's like a marbly pug. Like there's a
Like an olive skin tone.
it's like brown and black like blend, the color of the pug. I've never really seen a pug that color, but Olive has kind of like longer legs, but Louie and Olive really like each other. Well, my parents are going to be out of town, so my mom ran into this lady with the dog, and she asked if she could walk Louie. So now Louie gets to walk with this other pug like 4 days out of the week and gets to like be out in the sun and like have a buddy, and this is just great news.
Louis got a friend.
I have a dog
Louis got
nanny.
a friend. What?
I have a dog nanny. So I believe this is karma because I was such a good nanny. And it's like, yeah, I don't have like an infant child, but I've got Louie. So I
You
get good
found a
karma.
friend.
I like the pug
Got a
friend. I really miss him
friend.
having friends. Louie had so many more dog friends in Los Angeles.
Well, oh, did I tell? Oh my god. Okay, so when I had Joey over, he met Twix for the very first time. And when he met Twix, he
No,
was
tell
like
me
just
about Joey meeting Twix. That's really cute.
he sat down and then Twix just went into his lap, and I was just like, magic. Twix likes, yeah, I know.
I've never gotten the opportunity to meet Twix, which is just like crazy
I
because we've been
know,
friends
right?
forever. But the times that you were with me, you didn't bring Twix. And then, yeah, I mean, it just hasn't worked out. But I'll definitely meet Twix soon. But I'm a little jealous that Joey already got, I mean, but it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
but that's really good. I'm curious to see if I'll get the same type of response from Twixie.
We'll see. I mean, you never know with her. Sometimes she'll be really super cute, or she might be super annoying. But one way to find out about that is to stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so you gotta leave, and I don't know what the fuck I have to do today. I gotta
go to physical therapy. Yeah.
Physical therapy for my muscles.
Next episode's gonna be really freaking good. Okay, so
You always say that, and then
no, next episode's gonna be good. It's gonna be unhinged. You guys better be ready for just like unhinged.
That's actually where I found Joey. Hey, not sponsored though.
Okay.
Unhinged, but yes. Anyway, if you want to find Karissa,
Off the hook.
That's
the hook, and this is off of it.
It took me like 30 seconds to figure out. If you want to chat with Karissa and check out more of American Groove, you can find her on Instagram at American Groove Pod with gun fingers. Lots of gun fingers. And of course, if you want to check out more of the podcasts of Lost in the Groove, you can find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah, you too.
With that, catch you dirty animals next episode.
Peace. Peace.